Living in Denver, we are secluded from one of the largest causes of deaths known around the world, HIV/AIDS. In 2012, AIDS killed nearly 1.5 million people around the world and was the second most common country for AIDS is Nigeria. Abuja is not only the capital of Nigeria, but also the capital of AIDS in the country. The annual number of AIDS-related deaths in Nigeria has quadrupled since 1990 and continues to rise. 2013 in Nigeria, there were 3.2 million people living with HIVs. There was a 3.2% adult HIV prevalence, 220,000 new HIV infections, 210,000 AIDS-related deaths, and 20% of adults were on antiretroviral treatment. This map shows the distribution of AIDS throughout the country of Nigeria. 32-year-old Isa Mohammed Takuma was infected with HIV when he was 19 years old. He is currently the national coordinator of the Association of Positive Youths Living with HIV/AIDS in Nigeria. He travels the country telling his story to kids and warning them of the dangers of HIV. He tells them how when he was first infected, he felt like he was a walking ghost until he received antiretroviral treatment. The best way to help prevent AIDS is to warn others of the danger of this virus and provide people with the tools needed to help combat AIDS. The population pyramid of Nigeria is shown here compared to the population pyramid of the United States. In the United States, there is a steady rate of population, unlike in Nigeria's population pyramid. After the 0 to 4-year-olds, the population decreases greatly. This is largely caused by the deaths of HIV-positive people in this country. Once the increase of HIV is stopped in Nigeria, they'll be able to advance their country economically because the government will no longer be spending their money on the spread of HIV. With the economic advancement of Nigeria, the government will have a surplus of money that can be used for preventing the spread of HIV. The government has tried different programs to help prevent HIV, but they lack the resources to help the entire country. Our solution is a first aids kit. The first aids kit will cost $4, and you will be able to write a letter to the recipient of the kit. The letter will be put into the kit before it is sent to our warehouse to be loaded with the necessary resources to help combat AIDS. The resources in the first aids kit will include 10 flyers that will be handed out amongst the community, 10 condoms in order to raise awareness that is an effective tool in fighting AIDS. Antiretroviral treatment will be in the kit to be given to or taken by someone who has the AIDS virus in order to slow down the spread, and wet wipes in order to clean needles. And finally, the kit will include a personal letter from you written to the recipient. The recipient of the kit will have an option to write a letter back to you, allowing you to know what the kit has done for them and their family. It only takes a small effort to improve the condition of AIDS in Nigeria. This first AIDS kit could save a life. If you purchase our product for only $4, a first aids kit could help a teenager have a future, an infant have parents, or a mother have a child. Help 1.6 million children who are orphaned due to AIDS return to their families when AIDS is eradicated. The first aids kit will be started up in Abuja, the capital of Nigeria, and will slowly be spread out through the country. After the first aids kit has helped prevent AIDS in Nigeria, we will start up across the continent of Africa in order to make sure HIV is not spread across the rest of the continent, and which could ultimately result in the spread back to Nigeria. By donating $4, you will receive one of our Band-Aids. Our Band-Aids will be used when you have a cut on your skin. You can use one of the Band-Aids to stop the flow of blood. This represents stopping the spread of AIDS because one of the ways AIDS spreads is through blood and bodily fluids. For just $4, you can help save the lives of millions of people. The kits will be a symbol of hope and happiness to the people of Nigeria, as the kits will create a new life for this country. After this new life has been created, the people of Nigeria will be able to improve living conditions because of this increase in population. The living conditions will improve due to the advancement economically in the country, which will lead to health improvements. The country will begin its advancement to a stage 2 country, in which they can further improve upon what was created. For just $4, you are not only saving millions of lives, but ultimately helping a country stand on its own 2 feet.